Art McCafferty and Jennie McCafferty are spending a wonderful time seeing high school kids perform speech and debate in all kinds of different settings, and boy, are they smart. And with us is the tournament coordinator, Rosie Zylstra. And oh, by the way, she's my daughter. And we have two grandsons competing. So Rosie, this is a really big deal. There's a lot going on. Give us an overview here.
Sure, I'm happy to. So we are here at the lovely Grace Christian University, which has agreed to host our tournament. This is a speech and debate tournament for Christian high school students. They come and they perform debates and speeches, and they do it all day long. We have long days, and we invite judges from the community to listen to our students, to give them feedback. And sometimes the judges come and they say, I don't really know what to expect, but we give them a little training, and they go and they watch the kids, they fill out a ballot, and then when they leave, they often tell us, this gives me hope for the future, because these kids are working so hard at their critical thinking skills, on their communication skills, and they want to refine their abilities. So it's so great. We're so grateful that members of the community come and help us do that.
Well, it's so interesting to see some of the speakers speak with no notes, but they didn't act like they memorized it. They really had it together.
Yes, some of our kids compete in limited preparation speech categories like extemporaneous, where they have to talk about current events and they don't know what topic they're going to get. They have a very short time to prepare, so they really have to have the background knowledge to be able to speak with any kind of authority on that subject. So those are great ways for kids to prepare to talk about real life events with their friends and family.
A couple days ago, I did the unthinkable. I voted for a Democrat. Now, as horrific as this may sound, there's actually a backstory behind this. I voted for the first time recently in the Michigan primary. And I knew, like anybody with common sense does, that Donald J. Trump was going to win the Republican primary. That was very clear. So even though I personally myself have Republican leanings, I actually voted for a Democrat because I personally know somebody who is running for President of the United States, Teresa Bukovac, who's actually a pro-life Democrat whose views I really appreciate.
By providing evidence for the veracity of the Bible and looking at two biblical prophecies that have been proven true. Firstly, the destruction of Tyre. And secondly, the crucifixion of Jesus. And looking at these two examples today, I hope to show you that true biblical faith is not an excuse for a lack of evidence, but a response to overwhelming evidence.
Well, there are people from all over. I saw license plates from Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, and anyway, it's regional, is that right?
Yes, so our organization is nationwide. Our organization is NCFCA, Christian Speech and Debate, but because it's all over the country and it's hard to travel all over the country for this, we are split into regions. So here we have students from 6 states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky competing here today. We have 122 students.
That's what I was going to add, 122 students. You also have a lot of judges.
We do. We have 107 judges, many of them judging multiple rounds, and we are so grateful for them. Our parents also have to judge. We also have some alumni who have gone through the program and graduated, and they come back to judge. And I will tell you, those alumni judges give fabulous feedback because they've been in the shoes of these students before.
Oh, I bet they do. In fact, well, speaking of that, Lily is now in college, but she came back to judge one of these, I think.
Yes, Lily has judged before. Lily is my oldest. She's a junior in college, and she has come back several times to judge. And it's really fun for the alumni because they often run into other alumni. They have a little reunion, and they also get to be in the position of power. They now get to judge, and they love doing that. And their feedback is so great because they understand what things are like.
Well, you said earlier something about hope for the future, and I certainly am going to be leaving. This is the third year we've judged something, but this year more than ever, I'm so impressed with how quick on their feet some of the students are, and it's just amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I know our students work very hard, and at a tournament like this, you'll hear students of really every ability level. So we have students who are just starting out, and they do a great job. They're working very hard, but you can tell they're new. And then we have some students who've been around the block, and they've done a lot of winning, and they really have mastered this. And both of those kinds of students need feedback. So we're grateful for all our judges here. Thank you for your judging.
Well, it's fun. And speaking of people, let's talk a little bit about Gabe, who's been around the block a few times, and he's gone to nationals more than once.
Yes, so I have a senior competitor who has done this for 6 years and has worked very hard to craft his skills, and he'll be going to nationals in June. And then I also have another son who is competing and has done well and is also qualified for nationals.
He has. I didn't know that.
Well, he did last year, so we hope he'll still qualify this year. We'll find out in May. That's Caleb. But both of them think this is just the greatest thing that we've done as a family. It has refined their character, it has refined their thinking and communication skills, and they have made some of their greatest friends through this organization. So.
Oh, I can see that too. And Caleb has, ever since I've known him, he's had a sense of humor unlike anybody else's, and that showed through in his presentations.
Yes, Caleb is very willing to get goofy. He's happy to make a joke, to break the ice. He's very happy to do that. He's really good with that self-deprecating humor too. We love it.
Well, tournament coordinator Rosie Zylstra, congratulations on a fabulous event, and thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate it.